Hello everyone. So today we start with this numerical. Already you have solved two numericals. So now you are in a position to understand how to find out the dimensions here. So tell me, in this object it is given that front view of the object is given and top view of the object is given. So from that find out the dimensions of the object. So in this case the length of the object is 70 mm that appears in the front view, and height of the object is 80 mm that appears in the front view. How to find out the width of the object? It will appear in the top view. So width of the object is 60 mm. So you find out the dimensions here. And there are two circles. On the first circle is on the front plane, that is a vertical plane, and second circle is on the top plane, that is a horizontal plane here. So here what are the dimensions here? Length of the object is 70 mm, width is 70 mm, and height of the object is 80 mm. So note down these dimensions. Fine. Now we proceed here. So by seeing this object, by seeing this front view and top view, try to imagine the object, how the object might be. So by seeing this, I can imagine that the object might be like this. So it is a base portion, then vertical portion, then there are two circles. One circle is on the vertical plane and one circle is on the horizontal plane. Now see here, in this diagram, see the length of the object. Length of the object is on the right hand side of the origin point. That's why I have drawn the origin point here. On the right hand side of the origin point, I have taken the length, and on the left side I have taken the width of the object here. So in this way the object is fine. Now we start with the actual solution. First take the origin point here. So this line should be a construction line. Then next thing is, from the origin point take two lines here, inclined at 30 degrees. Take O as reference point. Take the protractor. From the protractor draw 30 degree line on the right hand side, 30 degree line on the left hand side, and mark the length and width of the object here. And the vertical line is the height, that is inclined at 90 degrees. Straight line 90 degrees, right hand side line 30 degrees, left hand side line at 30 degrees. Fine. So what is the length here? Length of the object is 70 mm, width is 70 mm, and height is 80 mm. So construct this box of dimensions 70, 70 and 80, and it should be only construction work. Make sure that, because this is not actual solution, this is the boundary line of your solution. Next step is try to imagine the object. As we have seen that we imagine the object. So these are the strips of length 10 mm. Complete this portion by seeing dimension, and make sure that there are only three lines in this particular object. One line is line parallel to length, second line is line parallel to width, and third line is line parallel to the height. In this case don't draw the horizontal lines. Always lines should be drawn parallel to length, parallel to width, and parallel to the height portion. Now see here, in this case make this portion as a dark portion, so that is visible in that particular object. Now after this take 70 height, that is the height from that particular vertical height 70 mm up to the base point. Next step is take horizontal line parallel to the length portion, then complete this particular base portion as well as front portion. Fine. That is the vertical portion and the horizontal. This completes your half numerical. Fine. Now we are going to see the important step here, how to draw the circles here. Now see here, in this numerical there are two circles. One circle is at the vertical plane, second circle is at the horizontal plane. First we will see with the circle that appears on the front plane, that is a vertical plane. Just tell me what is the location of that circle. Just see what is the location of the circle. Location of the circle is 70 by 80. It is at the center of the line 70 70. See here, this height is 70, this one is 70. It is at the center of the 70 70. Now this is the vertical portion. Now take the center of this 70 by 70 and mark as the origin point. Now see here, when you draw the circle in the isometric, don't take the compass and start drawing the circle. So that is a normal circle. When you draw the isometric view, that circle will appear as a isometric circle. It is not a normal circle. Fine. Always circle appears as a isometric circle, and there is a procedure to draw the isometric circle that we'll see here. First, you have to locate the location of the circle. So location of the circle is, this is the point O here. That is the center of the that particular portion. Mark the center here. Fine. After that, take 20 mm above the O, 20 mm below O point. Take 20 mm on the left hand side of the O point and the 20 mm on the right hand side of the O point. Now, construct the rhombus of dimensions 40 by 40. That is the diameter of a circle. To draw the isometric circle, you have to create the rhombus of dimensions that is equal to the diameter of the circle. So this rhombus is of dimension 40 by 40. If circle is of diameter 30, then you have to construct the rhombus of dimensions 30 by 30. In this case, the diameter of the circle is 40 mm. 540 means it is a diameter 40. So construct a rhombus of dimensions 40 by 40 here. The length AD is 40, DC is 40, CB is 40 and the AB is 40. While constructing rhombus, make sure that all these line AD is parallel to which portion? Line is AD is parallel to the length portion. Line CD is parallel to the height portion. Line CB is parallel to the length portion. And again line AB is parallel to the height portion. So you always draw the parallel lines that to that particular plane. Don't draw the horizontal line. Fine. That line should be parallel to that particular plane. Now you construct the rhombus. First step is completed. Next step is that, see here, for this rhombus there are two diagonals. Diagonal AC is one diagonal, diagonal BD is another diagonal. So out of that, tell me which is the longest diagonal. Out of these two diagonals, which is the longest diagonal? AC is the longest diagonal. Fine. So I repeat, there are two diagonals in this particular rhombus. Diagonal AC can be one diagonal, diagonal BD is another diagonal. So AC is the longest diagonal. Join the longest diagonal by the construction. See, all these things are the construction work. Next, already you have joined the AC diagonal here. Fine. From the shortest diagonal point B, I repeat, from the shortest diagonal point B, join to the opposite center E. From the shortest diagonal point B, join to the opposite center E. From the shortest diagonal point D, join to the opposite center, that is point AF here. You have drawn the BE and BF. Fine. Now you have find out the two centers here, center C1 and center C2. Center C1 is the intersection of the longer diagonal and the line drawn by you. Fine. And center C2 is the intersection of the longer diagonal and the line drawn by you, DF. Fine. You have drawn the two centers, center C1 and the center C2. Now refer this one. We take center C1, radius as C1E, draw the arc. Take center C1E and draw the arc. Then take center C2. Take center C2 and radius as C2F, draw the second arc. So these two are the quarter circles. C1E is a quarter circle, C2F is a quarter circle. Then take center as point B, that is the point of the shorter diagonal, and radius as BE. Draw the another arc. Then take center as point D and radius as DF. Take center as the point D of the shorter diagonal and radius as the DF. Draw the another arc. That will give you the complete isometric circle. Now let's see the procedure to draw the isometric circle. See here. I have taken the center as C1, radius as C1E. Center as C1, radius as C1E. I have drawn the arc here. See how the arc is drawn here. Center as C1, radius as C1E. Draw the first arc. Fine. Next thing is take center as C2 and radius as C2F. Draw the second arc. Center as C2, radius as C2F. Draw the second arc. Next step is take center as B, radius as BE. Draw the remaining arc. Joining to these two arcs. Center as B, radius as BE. Draw the arc joining to these two arcs. And last thing is center as point D, and radius as DF. Center as point D, radius as point DF. Complete the isometric circle here. Complete here the isometric circle. So like this you have to complete the circle. Again this rhombus should be a construction work and this circle should be a dark one because that is your actual part. So always circle appears as a isometric circle in case of the isometric projection. Don't take the compass and start drawing the simple circle. Fine. So this is the isometric circle in the front plane. So this completes the circle in the which is appearing in the front view portion. Now we'll see how to draw the circle in the top view. You have seen that there is circle in the top view, correct? So the location of the circle is center of this particular base portion. First mark the point O here, that is the center of that particular circle. Again make sure that all these lines are parallel to the length, width and height. Don't draw the normal horizontal lines here. These lines are parallel to the length, width and height portion. Fine. You have marked the point O here. This is the diagram. In this diagram you can see the location of the circle is at 60 by 70 center. You have marked here. Fine. Next thing is from the C. The diameter of the circle is given as 40 mm. Again it is 540. Means what you have to take? You have to mark here 20 from O. Right hand side take 20. Left hand side take 20. 20, 20. You have marked the distances here. Fine. With that distance you have to mark the rhombus on the top plane. The rhombus is drawn on the top plane here. Fine. Again this rhombus, all the lines of this rhombus are parallel to the length, width and the height portion. So amongst this rhombus, find out the, see here there are two diagonals here, diagonal AC and diagonal BD. Which is the longest diagonal here? AC is the longest diagonal. Join the longest diagonal AC here. Always you have to join the longest diagonal. So which are the shortest diagonal point here? Point B and D are the shortest diagonal point. So from the point B, join opposite center. From the D, join the opposite center here. And start drawing the circle. See here, I have taken center as C1, radius as C1E. I have drawn the first arc. Radius as C1, radius as center as C1, radius as C1E. I have drawn the first part of the arc here. Fine. First quarter arc I have drawn here. Center as C1, radius as C1E. Draw the first arc. Then what next step? Next step is center as C2, radius as C2F. Center as C2, and radius as C to F. Draw the next arc. Draw here next arc C to F. Center as C2, radius as C to F. Then what next? Next is center as B, radius as BE. Draw the arc joining to these two particular circles. Center as B, radius as BE. Draw the arc joining to these two circles here. So this is the first arc. This is the arc from the center B, center as B, radius as BE. Draw the arc joining to this arc. Then last one is center as point D, radius as DF. Center as point D, radius as point DF. Draw the remaining arc here. Draw here the remaining arc here. So this completes the isometric circle on the top plane. So depending on the plane, you have to select that particular rhombus, and you have to complete this particular isometric circle on the front plane and as well as on the top plane. So we have seen how to draw the isometric circle on both the planes, that is vertical plane and the horizontal plane, means that is the front plane as well as the top plane. So this is the procedure to draw the isometric circle. So this completes your entire numerical. So this is about this numerical. Okay, thank you.